This is Matt for Into Boxing. Delighted to be joined by world title challenger Michael Conlan. Mick, you pied me a bit yesterday and went to see Batman, so what I want to know is, was it worth it?
It was good. It was a good show. I was told, someone said to me it wasn't that good, but I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was class. Long is the only thing.
3 hours?
3 hours is a long time, and I was like, it is getting a bit late. It was 12 o'clock or something when I finished, so yeah, it was good.
I was going to ask you about that because I were here obviously just trying to get as many interviews as I can today to save all the mess around at the press conference. When I saw you walking out, I thought there's no way you'll have to see that at this time, because art fighters in a routine of, you know, sort of early to bed kind of thing, or do you not work like that?
I'm fighting late. You know, I mean, it's not like I'm fighting early, so, and I can sleep late as well, so it was easy. Yeah, it was handy enough. I don't go to sleep till about 1 o'clock anyway, usually, so
yeah. Bit of a night owl then. Yeah.
Nah. That's so. When I'm in training camp, like I do be in bed for like 11, sleep for about 12, and then waking up about 8, 9. You know what I mean? So it's easy. You know, we've extra few hours now. Get my body awake a bit later is always good.
This fight week, this fight night is going to be the biggest fight of your career to date. Are the feelings any different from any other fight that you've had? Is they more, I don't know, any nerves? How do you feel in comparison to the other big nights? You have big nights, but this is the biggest so far.
Yeah, listen, I think everybody gets nervous, but I think, if I'm going to be honest, the main feeling I have is more calmness than I've had before. It's the first fight I feel like I could just go in and do what I do. I don't have to worry about, you know, paying for a show or do anything like that like I did in Belfast. You know, going out there and fight you're expected to win is, you know, much harder. You know, when thousands are coming to see you, just you, it's always harder. There's a lot more pressure. You can't slip up. But listen, I'm coming in there and I'm out to it. Enemy. I can't even.
Easy for you to say.
I can't say it. Yeah, I'm coming here in a hostile territory and trying to rip the belt off the champion, and I will do that. But it's just given me a bit more of a calmness, a sense of relax. My calmness and confidence comes from my preparation. The preparation has been absolutely fantastic, so I'm really excited.
Does your calmness also come from almost like you feel that this is destiny for you, that you're meant to be here, that, you know, the timing's just right, you're meant to be here in his backyard to take the belt? Is there almost some sort of, you know, that sort of feeling about it as well? Is that why you're so calm? Because you look relaxed. Yeah,
listen, it has been like that for the last few weeks, you know. Like I've been waking up and like having feelings like ecstasy and like going, wow, I'm going to realise my destiny here in a few weeks and, you know, complete something that I've been aiming to do my whole life. And I really have been having like hair standing up in my neck and like mad feelings inside me. Like it's been like unbelievable, and it really, I'm not lying when I'm saying this. It's really been amazing, and I know what it's going to feel like on fight night. So I've kind of prepared my body to experience what it's going to experience.
So have you almost visualised them saying, and the new, that feeling? Have you sort of, when you go to bed at night, when you're thinking about it, does it go through your mind about, you know, how I'll feel and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, listen, I've experienced that loads of times in my head, and I've went through it, and you know, I've heard David Diamante's voice.
Yeah, he's back in there. Shout out to David.
It's crazy because I was always thinking it was going to be him, and then what happened. I was like, fuck me, that's not happening with him. But now he's back, so it's just like stars are aligning even more. Like it's just meant to be. So yeah, I know what it's going to feel like. I'll make sure I have my father pulled up into the ring and celebrate with him, because obviously he's been there from the start and helped me get the where I've got to.
Absolutely, it'll be a special moment for you and your family if you manage to pull it off on Saturday. Let's just go back to yesterday. So we're doing an open workout. Everything's going as it should. Everyone's working out. You pop in the ring and a magic show starts. Just talk me through it. I mean, we see Derek Chisora do musical chairs. Did you just think, I can't be asked for this, I'm just going to do something a bit different? Because I suppose you'll work out at the times you want, obviously, than the times they give you.
Yeah, I'd done my training already that day. Just done a little bit of jogging, a little bit of weights, easy enough. So I wasn't bothering doing any pad work or anything like that. Russ is a magician, really. He actually is. He actually can do a lot of magic tricks. So I says, I'm going to get you in the ring, you can do some magic tricks. And he loved it, so it was good.
It's been a good atmosphere, a good vibe so far in the city. I think everyone I speak to seems to see this as, a 50-50 fight. The boxer, the mover versus a power puncher. But I think you both obviously bring a lot more to both your games than that. In terms of fans and stuff coming over, how many tickets and how many people do you know are coming over for you? Because it's a sold out Nottingham Arena in Leigh Wood's hometown. How many are there for you, do you think?
I'd say more than half.
More than half for that arena for you? You reckon?
I'd say more than half. There's thousands coming, and not just coming from Ireland. I'll be honest. Like, there's people come from Scotland. There's people come from Nottingham. There's people come from Derby. Loads, bus loads and van loads coming from London. It's crazy. I'm really appreciative of my support. I have a fantastic fan base, but there is thousands coming.
Could you have ever imagined this since the days of the Olympics, when obviously your star sort of grew from there, really, and obviously you had the moment in the Olympics, and obviously people watched your box and people have taken to you. Could you ever imagine saying that, busloads are coming from London, thousands are coming from here, you've been at Madison Square Garden? Was this all in your head of something that was going to happen?
Yeah, it was always going to be this way. I always kind of knew it was going to be this way. I've always had that confidence in my ability and in my achievements and everything I've done. So I knew that going into the pro game, once the kind of hype kind of thing started, I knew it was just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it has. And I'm over the moon with it. It's fantastic. People come into the gym all the time and they're like, just coming down the watch, it's class, you know what I mean? I'm so appreciative of it, so it's brilliant.
Do you buzz off that when you see obviously fans coming up taking a picture? Because I know everyone's sort of different with it depending on how much of it you get, but obviously you get stopped, you'll get asked for pictures, people will want to watch you train and stuff like that. Do you get a bit of a kick off it as well?
100%, it's part of the business and part of the job. I enjoy it, and I suppose when you're the likes of Mayweather or someone, it'll probably get a bit annoying, but very annoying, I would say. But listen, it is what it is. These guys are paying to see me, even asking to take a picture of me, even if they're not coming to fights, they're recognising you. So you got to give them a bit of something back, and I think that's what's always been. I'm a people person anyway, so it's easy.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I wanted to touch on with you, judging. There's been a lot of talk about judging the past few weeks. Now I know no fighter will go in and say, look, the judges will have an effect on the fight, because ultimately you can only do what you do in the ring. Whether you win by 10, it doesn't matter. Like I said, the judges, you can't control them. Do you have in the back of your mind any concerns whatsoever, or any thought of, after what we've seen over the past couple of weeks with the Taylor Catterall situation? I know what the British Boxing Board of Control have come out and said, and I'm a bit, I don't really know how to take it anymore. When I score fights, I almost question myself, thinking, what am I watching anymore? So as a fighter, is that something in the back of your mind where you think, if you go out there and do what you can do and get to the final bell and you think, I've done enough, is that play a part, and you think, please do not do anything untoward here? A little bit.
Listen, there's always going to be in the back of someone's head and back of anybody's head, but I can only control what I can control. I can control what anybody else does or sees. I'll do what I do in the ring, and it should be enough, and it will be enough. But in a sense that, I hate saying this, but I'm actually glad it happened 2 weeks ago.
You mean so there's more emphasis for your fight that it doesn't happen?
Yes, and it's a selfish thing to say, but boxing's a selfish sport, and I got to look after myself first and foremost. And I am kind of glad it happened then rather than happen in my fight.
I suppose in a way there's more eyes on it now, and there was absolute uproar to the fact it went through. I think Parliament discussed it, and they said they're going to the police. I suppose in a way for you that's kind of a good thing, because it's going to be like, look, this can't go wrong kind of thing. So is that where you're coming from? Yeah,
100%. It's like there's too much eyes on it, too much scrutiny on it now, but it can't fuck up on this one, because we'll be done. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. I'm gutted for Jack Catterall, because he's looking like he's never going to get that chance.
How did you see that fight?
I had him winning by about 4 or 5. After 6, I had it 5-0-1 even. So, listen, it's unfortunate that it's happened again. But it's going to happen again at some stage. Maybe not my week. It won't happen my week, but it will happen again at some stage, because there's too much incompetence in the sport.
Do you think what needs to happen is we need to start seeing ex-fighters become judges, someone who's maybe seasoned? I mean, there's talk of, do we have more judges? Do we have this, that and the other? I mean, but for me, when I looked around ringside that night, there wasn't one person who called it close, and these are fighters who've been through a hell of a lot. Now, I don't know whether it's an issue with the scoring system or the rules they have to obey, but I mean, what's your take on how it can become better?
How I think it can become better is, better training, more up-to-date training of what they're looking at and what they're scoring, and annual assessments of judging. I think they need to be singularly assessed. Singly assessed by by fighters, by people in the boxing kind of fraternity that understand the sport and have been around the sport and understand what they're saying. I think those a lot of judges need to kind of be assessed on things, and a bit more knowledge about what they're scoring and how they're scoring things.
It might help. Someone suggested they put almost like earmuffs on so they can block the noise of the crowd, because obviously yourself, if you fight in Ireland, even if you miss a punch, people are going to be like, on the seat. So it's an interesting one, but one we'll have to see how it pans out, I suppose. Right, talk to me about Leigh Wood. There's no real animosity between you two. I think you two are. There's no grudge, no need. It's very respectful. I know you had you tried to have a bit of a jive at him in the press conference. I was joking the one about his hair and stuff like that. But it's not gone any further, has it? You've got the utmost respect for him, and it's just all business Saturday night.
I said, listen, as a person, as I said from the start, I have the respect for him. But as a fighter, until after we fight, I have no respect, and that's the way it is. He seems like a nice guy. I have no problem with him. But I don't give a fuck about him until I beat him. Once I beat him, I can be his friend. I can shake his hand. I can have a pint with him if needs be. But until then, I don't need to show any love towards the man.
Is there any? Do you have to almost, with a guy like him, not build up any anger, because you don't win fights by anger, but any sort of animosity to say, look, nice guy or not, I'm here to do a job?
Anybody I'm fighting, I actually dislike until I fight them. Yeah. Until after the fight, I dislike them. He's trying to take my living away from me. Yeah. I mean, he's trying to take everything I want to achieve away from me. So I'm not having that. I'm not going to let that happen.
How do you win the fight Saturday? Do you think you can take him out? Do you think it'll go the distance? How do you win? How do you see it?
It can happen anyway. I've seen it go many ways. I can't take him out, but I can outbox him very easy. Whatever way it goes, it will go. It will be a nice night though.
Right, I'll just about to let you get off. So just before we go, if you've got a message to the army of fans who are apparently coming up to support you from all over, have you got a message for them, the ones who support you from day one since back in the Olympics? Got a message for them?
As always, thank you. Very, very grateful for the support. It's been phenomenal from day one, and you'll never beat the Irish.
Absolutely. Look, Mick, thanks for talking to Into Boxing and giving us some of your time today. Really appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully we can catch up after fight night.
Sweet man, good man.
No worries.